Hello again, 6th graders. Happy Friday. We got through week 6. Today, the assignment that we would like you to be working on goes along with our thermos building challenge that you started working on this week. And this is going to be your first reflection on some of the things that you've done so far and to hopefully help you think about what you want to do as we continue through this challenge. So far this week, you should have already done the planning sheet that Mr. Rocco led you through, and also had your first day of building your thermos that you are designing using help from Mr. Rocco, and he put some videos and some pictures of different thermoses out there for you yesterday when you did your first day of building. So today for this reflection, there's 6 questions we want you to think about, and we had thought about just giving you a blank sheet and said, hey, write what you're thinking and how this has gone for you so far. What are things you've done? But in the end, we decided we could give you some sentence frames to help you get started, kind of help you work through the thinking a little bit, because how you reflect on this really is going to be a good way for us to see how you're doing with the project, and a chance for you to show us that you're putting some thought into this and you really are thinking about what needs to happen in this challenge. So the first question in the reflection has to do with the resources. What type of resources did you use to help you plan your thermos design? And so that would be our first sentence here. The resources that I use to help plan my thermos include, and these could be things like videos you may have watched, going off of Mr. Rocco's video that you watched yesterday. It could be looking at some thermoses that you might have around your house, maybe looking at some pictures online. Any of those things could be resources that helped you plan building your thermos. The second question, what materials did you decide to use to make your thermos work best? So this would be, what are the types of things you found around your house? I really hope you didn't go out and buy things for this project, because really the fun of this challenge is to try and see what you can find at home, just to see what you can create. And so we would like you to list them here by finishing this sentence. The materials that I used to create my thermos include, so maybe you used paper cups, maybe you used a plastic cup that your little brother uses, maybe you used 2 glass cups, and then talk about things that you might have used to insulate it. Mr. Rocco showed you cotton balls in his video yesterday. He had aluminum foil, plastic bags, any of the things that you might have used, newspaper, things that you've used in day 1 of building. The third question had to do with how you decided to reinforce your thermos to make it more stable and stronger and more durable. Mr. Rocco in his video, he showed you how he put several cups stacked together to make it more sturdy. He showed you the rubber bands that helped keep the lid on. Excuse me. So think about things you did to make your thermos more sturdy. And finish the sentence telling us about that. The next one is, what was the most challenging part of your first day of building? So think about what you did yesterday, or maybe what you did today before you did this video. What was the most challenging thing? Like, what was something you really had to think about? Like, how am I going to do this? What can I do to, maybe it was just finding the materials around your house, and going and looking around your kitchen or your pantry or wherever you might have kept the materials. Maybe you were digging for some cotton balls in your bathroom cabinet. What was the biggest challenge of your first day building this thermos? The next question, the thing that surprised me the most was, so far, what was surprising? Was it really difficult to find things to build this with? Was it fun to just scrounge around looking for things? Was it interesting to just try and think of what you could build to make a thermos? So put down your thoughts there. And then the last question is, what are your plans for your next days of building? So you've got a weekend, you've got some more time today. I think we will also plan for you to have time on Monday to work on building this thermos. And so what are things that after building yesterday, what are some things that you're like, okay, yeah, I need to see if I can find this, or I want to try doing this instead. What are some things that you want to try, or maybe some things that you had in your original plan but you just didn't get to yesterday? And so write those down so we can kind of see how it's going and see what you're thinking. All of this in this reflection is going to be part of the assessment that goes along with this project. So please take your time and do a good job on it. If you have any questions, please come to my Google Meet this afternoon, 1:30 to 3 o'clock, like we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It would be really cool to see what you guys have come up with so far in your first days of building. Even if you're not done, maybe just it might just be fun to hear people's ideas. So please come to that Google Meet this afternoon if you want to show me what you've done so far. Otherwise, have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you later.